Imagine walking the bustling streets of ancient Thebes, the air filled with the scent of incense and the murmur of a civilization at its peak. But among the pharaohs and priests, there were other, smaller deities watching from the shadows with emerald eyes and silent grace. Today, we're delving into the feline world that thrived along the Nile, where cats were not just pets, but divine symbols, protectors, and even kings of their own realms. Around 2000 BCE, when the first African wildcats were drawn to human settlements by the allure of plentiful prey, the Egyptians, with their granaries full of grain, faced a crisis: rodents. It was not long before they noticed the prowess of these wild felines, who skillfully kept the pests at bay. These adept hunters quickly earned a place in Egyptian homes and inevitably in their hearts. But how did these earthly felines become divine? It was a journey from the home to the heart of the sacred temples. The key to the cat's sacred status was Bastet, a goddess with the fierce power of a lioness and the gentle touch of a domestic cat. As the daughter of the sun god Ra, she symbolized both the nurturing sun's warmth and its potential for fierce wrath. In the city of Bubastis, her cult flourished, with grand festivals that would make our modern parties pale in comparison. During these festivals, the river would glitter with reflections of lanterns, and the music would be heard from miles away. Cats roamed freely, adorned with gold, and treated as incarnations of Bastet herself. In everyday life, cats were revered for their grace and hunting ability, seen as protectors of the home and embodiments of harmony. Killing a cat, even accidentally, was a crime punishable by death. Yes, you heard that right. Such was the cat's elevated status in the Egyptian world. Cats were so revered that they were often depicted in the company of gods and pharaohs. They were believed to have protective powers and a spiritual connection to the divine, serving as guardians of the underworld and as companions to the dead, guiding their souls through the afterlife. Their transition from life to death was as grand as their earthly existence. When a cat died, it was mummified with the same intricate care as a human. Families would shave their eyebrows in mourning, a sign of their profound grief. To us, these practices may seem excessive, perhaps even bizarre, but to the Egyptians, they were a natural part of life. Cats carried the magic of the gods, and to honor them was to honor the divine forces that governed the world. Alas, as empires rose and fell, so too did the status of the cat. The invasion of the Romans, who had a different view of these creatures, marked the beginning of the end of the cat's divine status in Egypt. Yet, even as their divinity waned, cats never fully returned to the wild. They had found a niche beside humans, and so they remain to this day, albeit with less gold and fewer temples. In the eyes of our ancient ancestors, cats were the bridge between the mortal and the eternal, the keepers of secrets, and the little gods who walked among us. And who's to say that, when your own cat gazes out the window, it isn't dreaming of its grand ancestors in the sun-baked land of the Nile?